Never knew a moment could feel so right, could slow down time like this. Everything I needed is in your eyes and in your mind. Maybe it's crazy to fall so soon. Give it all to you, hey. But I don't care what they say. Please promise me you'll stay, 'cause I'm not going anywhere. Hold me under the stars, 'cause what's mine could be yours if you want it. Baby, show me all that you are, 'cause tonight I'll be yours if you want it. You make me so bold. You make me so bold. You make me so bold. You make me so. You make me so. There's no second guessing, I can be myself. You understand so well. Hey, 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 maybe we're crazy and passionate, how we're rushing in. Hey, hey, hey. But I don't care what they say. Diving in anyway, and I'm not going anywhere. So hold me under the stars, 'cause what's mine could be yours if you want it. Baby, show me all that you are, 'cause tonight I'll be yours if you want it. You make me so bold. You make me so bold. You make me so bold. You make me so. You make me so. So hold me under the stars, 'cause what's mine could be yours if you want it. Baby, show me all that you are, 'cause tonight I'll be yours if you want it. You make me so bold. You make me so bold. Oh, you make me so bold. You make me so. You make me so bold.
This is a real B&H customer story.
And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by those
guys. So Lawrence sounds muted.
I tried.
There you go.
It was a trial. It was a trial thing. We're working with some stuff here. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. I apologize. It was supposed to go a little smoother, and we were supposed to go just like Herman came in and stuff. But like I said, we're working on stuff. Anyway, what's up, Tom? What's up, Herman?
What's going on, man?
Gentlemen, good evening.
Good
evening, everybody in the chat.
You here a little, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's coming with time. Don't worry.
Oh, let me hang up, Herman. We don't need to be on the phone. That's when we hear the echo. Yeah. See, in order to have that play live, we needed to have our microphones muted, so they couldn't hear us talking in the background and getting ready for the end of the video. But Anyway, what's good? How the hell is everybody? Welsh Rob, those of you don't know, Welsh Rob isn't doing too well. He's a little ill. He didn't give me what was the matter, but he wasn't feeling too well and wanted to let me know he would be here to check out the stream. So Welsh Rob, get better. Hope you get better with Godspeed. Hey, show, silly smooth drone views.
Hey, show.
Classic. Drone shots was here early. I don't know who else is here, but we'll work on that intro.
Yeah, we got a good.
That was
we got
just
a good
a
lineup
test.
of people.
It was
already.
just
We
a
got
test
15
because
watching.
I want to be able to play it back and watch it, and it was important that I tried that before I moved on any further. So what's good, Herman?
Nothing much. I mean, I've been a little bit there. I've just been taking care of things on the life side of the world other than YouTube. It's what I've been real busy with. But other than that, we got to fly with Captain Ray Kelly this week, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah. We
than-
did go out there.
Yeah,
To this private beach, in Huntington, Tom, and who had Adam Sandler had a mansion back there, or a large size house back there somewhere?
That's what they said has a house over there.
Yeah, you could
Nice
pretty
area
much-
over there. Very nice.
Yes, by the Huntington Lighthouse, Tom.
Yeah, I know the area. Yeah, it's
And the
beautiful
very
over
next
there.
day, they had a concert there. And when we were there the day before with Ray Kelly, Stevie, and Rob C, they were setting up speakers on the lighthouse. And they were going to have a concert from the lighthouse and have boats around the lighthouse while they had the concert. So we were on that beach, and they were supposed to be barbecuing on the beach where we were flying from. But I didn't get a chance to fly, and everyone else did because I decided to go strictly FPV. And unbeknownst to me, it's kind of weird because I had a feeling something, I fly over the water with no problem, Tom, right? But something, you go to Google Maps, and I looked at Google Maps and it said 1,700, 1,800 feet. And I do that easy over land, FPV. And something said, maybe you shouldn't go out over the water. So I went there with the intentions of flying ashore and not going out over the water. To make a long story short, I tested my equipment the morning before I left, and my goggles were fine. And when I got there, they would not power on, or they would power on and then just shut right down.
Oh, the drone gods were speaking to you.
I did a test yesterday, and I did a flight test today to confirm that it is the power cord going to the goggles, which means I will not have to spend another $500 on a set of Fat Shark goggles, because I figure if I'm going to spend $500, I might as well go digital now.
Definitely. Definitely.
But
how'd everybody fare with the weather that just passed through our area?
Yeah, this is true.
I got a couple of feet of water in my basement, and my front small roof also flooded over, so I had front damage in the front hallway, so which of course is right over my service panels for electric.
Wow.
So, it made for a quite entertaining evening. Especially we got 3 inches of rain in like 45 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is true. But
we're up on a plateau, Lawrence. You know this area over here. So, like when you were in the Rockaways, where your evacuation zone, right? Because I'm up on the Maspeth Plateau in Glendale. So,
right.
But we got all flooded out, man. The storm drains couldn't handle it. Nothing could handle it. My driveway turned into a wave pool.
I could believe it.
And I had water coming over my Bilko stairs in the back. Bilko doors, by the way, guys, are those doors that have a lean to them like this, and they enter into basement space. But yeah, there's a big berm. There's probably a 12-inch berm there, but it came over the that 12-inch berm. It was a foot and a
I
half,
could
2
believe
feet
it.
above that.
You had the water running off the house. You had the water falling
Yeah,
out
none
the
of these
sky.
pipes, the water on the small roof, there was so much volume of water, there was no way to vent it. So there was no air getting into the pipe. It wasn't going anywhere. Plus, over by us, we have this area called the Cooper Avenue Underpass, and there's a train trestle that goes over it. That underpass has a clearance of 12 feet, 7 inches, and the water surpassed the train trestle. It filled up that entire thing. They rescued a couple of people out of a car. Of course, you know, driving through water is always something you should never take the risk of.
True. Well, Deneen, we know her.
We
She's the
posted
super of the
some, yeah, I
building.
think she posted something
And
because
the
she's the
entire
super of a
basement.
building. Yeah,
Yeah, the soup, right. The
a
entire basement
multi-unit
is wet.
apartment building. Yeah,
Yes, very, very big building, and
yeah, horrendous.
from one
Horrendous
side
damage.
to the other. And the sewage could not handle the amount of water
Well,
coming
the
down.
fortunate thing, Lawrence, the fortunate thing was water came up. We have a big drain in our back area that everything's graded to. Water came shooting up there like a geyser, about 3 feet tall. And
I
of
could
course,
believe
we
it.
had water coming through our basement sinks and toilets, but all the water was clean. We're fortunate because the water came down so hard over the last few days, it basically cleaned out everything. All the water coming up
Flushed
was
everything.
clean water.
Wow.
It was
The
storm
sewer
water.
systems, the
Yeah,
sewer system should be pretty clean in
Yeah.
New York.
we're very fortunate.
With the water that was coming, like out here where I live in Far Rockaway, the one side of Far Rockaway, the sewer goes into Jamaica Bay.
Yeah.
And wherever there were those lines, the water was bubbling up through the streets and the manhole covers and stuff like that.
Well, it was actually lifting up
Manhole covers up.
manhole covers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I hope you guys, are doing well after the storm. Here in New York, there were, I think, 13 people died, and they said 11 or 12 of the 13 drowned in illegal basement apartments. One they showed on the news where the wall collapsed. They had a video camera in the house, and the entire top wall of the basement apartment collapsed inward, and a brush of water caught some people. It was pretty bad. So I hope you guys or if you had damage, that you can do repairs and no one got harmed, or there's no harm done to anyone out there.
So a New York City manhole cover weighs over 200 pounds.
Yeah, it usually takes 2 men to remove them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, it's simple to
See,
say
but
legal
like a
basement apartments, but you guys know it's part of the
yeah,
culture.
you know
here.
how many illegal basement apartments
Well,
are
it's
in
part of the
5
culture here.
boroughs.
It's the only way, because of the lack of affordable housing. There's, you take a basement apartment. What's really scary is
Hey, Third Eye.
it was the basement apartments that are subdivided as single rooms. That's
Right.
where these people perished.
Third Eye View
okay?
says it hasn't rained in Texas for 14 days. It's so funny.
Yeah,
because
wish I
we
could
had
get
the
some of this
weather
out by me out
at an
there. Yeah.
extreme here on the East Coast. There was an
Yeah.
extreme, a lot of rain and flooding, and from the Midwest to the West Coast, it's burning. So it's like wet on this side of the state and dry and burning on this side.
Yep.
What'd you say, Herman?
Well, there's no, it's okay. There's, climate warming is it's not real. It's okay, bro. Don't worry. We can move on. We can move on from there because that would become a spirited conversation in itself. Okay.
This is true.
Warming?
Well, I love the frequency of these storms now. It's a lot more interesting, right? You don't go more than a week without an interesting storm popping up these days. And what do they some of them were called 100-year storms. It's amazing how that
Yeah,
timeline
yeah.
just
The
got squished
first they,
together
they
pretty
claim
badly.
every 500 years. Now those 500-year storms have gone to every 100 years, and now they're happening every 20 to 25. So
Hey, my heart goes out to Johnny, Johnny Alfonso,
yes,
still, I
yes,
believe,
yes.
Yeah.
I
without
saw
power.
a picture on Facebook. He went live and he said, "We still have no power, but they were making something called a pastelaya." And it looked good. It had a bunch of chicken and stuff, but they were out camping, outside, presume, because there's no electricity inside the house. So you might as well start a fire outside if you're going to cook dinner. But they're eating, he says. Everyone's doing well. They're just going a
They're
little
making the
antsy
best of
without
it.
power. Yeah, yeah. They're going a little antsy without power, and cell signals come and go. And we know that
Right.
from after Sandy. Well, I can say one thing about the storm that passed. Post Sandy, most of the housing developments, they put backup electrical units up on the rooftops and boilers and stuff like that on the rooftops of buildings. Well, during the rainstorm, in fact, we were live Wednesday, and the lights blinked for a millisecond, and I thought we lost connection. Herman was live, or we were about to go live, something like that. That's true. Johnny won't go hungry. There's plenty of food for everyone there. But the lights, the generators kicked in on the rooftop,
Right.
and I was like, you know what? It's well worth it.
Well, yeah. Well,
It's just,
we got really lucky because we didn't get the storm surge or the high winds. I mean, that's
yes,
what really
yes,
got
Yeah,
Johnny
we
down
just got
there
a
was
lot
those
of
high
rain.
winds.
The
So
winds hurt.
we got away. We got even with the amount of damage I got. Every one of my neighbors too suffered this, and
Well,
you
that
know,
usually is the case with New York and a lot of these storms. We usually get a lot of the rain, but not so much of the wind.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this time we got a lot of water because the streets were flooded and stuff like that out here. But
6.5
we
inches in
didn't we
Queens.
didn't have any issues here. I can't contest for anybody in like lower level areas, like say like around the Red Hook area and stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah. Low
can't.
line, yeah, the low line areas along sea level.
Yeah, I can't contest for them because I don't know what's going on over there. But out
Um,
here, no big real issues. I mean, I
Yeah,
got
but
a lot of whenever you got issues where there's
yeah,
no pointing in the bricks, so you'll get that became an issue.
water will come through there as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, real easy.
Yeah, see, water seeks its best path. So if you have a leak, you can't always tell where it's coming from. Look,
true.
just to put something into perspective, my new residence soon will be, of course, the Las Vegas area gets on average 4.2 inches of rain annually. We got 6.5 inches in Queens Wednesday evening. So between 8:30 and 1 a.m., we got 6.5 inches of rain. So
Well, it makes for bagels and pizza.
yep. So
This is true.
you could only hope for
Very
this
true.
amount of rain out there. But again,
Well,
this
yeah,
amount of rain out there would be devastating also. It would be a major flash flood.
that's true. Well, there was a flash flood in the subway system.
That was
Yeah,
crazy. Did
well,
you see that?
Yeah, that was actually busted through the wall. I had originally thought it was coming down the stairs. What happened, there's a sewage pipe or there's a drainage pipe
Mhm.
behind that wall, and somehow the that wall and the pipe and everything blew out. And
Pipe
it
rupture.
was, yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
eruption.
That's what happened to pipe rupture.
Yeah,
And they
then
were
we had a
showing,
series of transformers over here start blowing. So
Mhm.
most of the middle village was without power for several
yeah,
hours.
Wow.
yeah. There were a few blackouts, but
You
nothing
know,
major as far
it
as I
was
know.
weird because I was sitting on the computer and right before, I now am back in the office. In fact, I'm bringing everybody back a week from tomorrow. Well, my back office is coming back in. I got home and got done eating, went on Wonder Maps, weather, started looking at the interactive radar map and saw
Welcome
this
back,
red cell.
JSK.
The red cell was just coming right over us.
Okay.
Yeah.
but it looked like a lizard. It was so damn long. I mean, it went from Queens all the way down, okay, to like Cape May. And it just like kept just sitting there. And that's why we just kept on getting all that just pouring in on us.
Well,
It stalled basically.
it did, and I know it was bad because we live here on the ocean, right? 4 blocks from the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
And it was coming from inland. So usually when we have a hurricane that hits us from the water, I can see what direction the rain is blowing. The rain was blowing literally from inland out towards the ocean, sideways at some times and points where rain usually falls like this, or you see it on a slant like that. It looked like it was almost blowing.
Well, that's because we got that's the sloppy tail. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the sloppy tail of the hurricane. That's what we had just sitting over us. And it got stalled out because it hit the water. And it like just stopped there with that front sitting right there. Yeah, it was, feel bad. The situation now is, all these, basement apartments. It's something, it's a fact of life in New York City with the cost of housing and everything
Basement
else.
apartments are how most people get into this country.
Especially, yes, new immigrant population.
You get relatives to come over or relatives to visit from another country, and you fix up the basement for them to stay for a short period of time.
They're below grade normally. They're below grade.
It's usually tradition.
Limited windows or no windows. Okay, so a lot of people can't fathom this outside our realm, right? And the other thing is no egress.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, the views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat. Thank you, Herman, for letting me get that one out there.
Mike, it'll make a difference. But I digress. Okay.
It's true. This is very true.
Look, so these are things that they have to look to correct. And, you can't just say, okay, we're going to close down every
Ray Kelly
basement apartment. Where are these people going to live? So,
hey, Ray Kelly, you missed it. I was just telling the guys earlier about how come I couldn't fly out there with you guys. And I found out what it was. It was the power cord, the new power cord to my goggles. And I was wondering why the guy was selling them in bulk. Just because they're hard to find. No, this particular power cord is hard to find because there's a voltage regulator on it.
How many do you have that don't work?
And he was like, I think you should order at least 2. And I was like, why? I only need 1. He says, well, I have cases and cases of them, but I'm trying to sell them in bulk. So I said, look, I'll buy 2. I don't want 2, but I'll buy 2. And the first one burnt out after about 15 flights. This one burnt out after about 10 flights. So now I'm going back to my traditional power cord without the voltage regulator. I just plug my shit in and it goes on, which was the original one I had. But several people like Justin suggested I get this cord with the voltage regulator on it. It helps the batteries. It tells you if the cells are draining to all of this stuff. And all I've had is problems with it. So I'm going back to the original wire.
Too much work.
But yes, it was a bad power cord.
I have a question for you, Lawrence.
Yeah.
The information on this voltage regulator, it appears in the goggles?
Yes. It actually shows in the lower right-hand corner, it shows the voltage of the battery, each cell voltage. It has a little battery meter for each one. So now it's only powering the goggles, but it's good if you have a bad cell battery and one cell just drops dramatically or something like that. You'll know that battery shot. But I didn't need that telemetry on top of the telemetry that I had. You start feeling like you're in a spaceship, even with the DJI goggles, right, Tom? You have so much telemetry there. If someone adds more telemetry, even though you adapt to it, it's like, wow, if you count all of the items and different shit, longitude, latitude, speed.
It's good you bring that up because I don't think the layout is done properly. So I'm a firm believer of having more of a HUD type of layout because yes, remember
Okay.
what happens with your focus, right? Your focus, you do start to tunnel out a bit, right?
Mhm.
So by putting that stuff on my periphery like that sets me up to miss things.
Yep.
And that's why I
On a
want to
heads-up
see
display.
that round HUD, and I want to see everything around there. I don't need things up in the corners. Okay. I need things around here. If I want something up in the corner, I'll throw a little histogram up there I can refer to, or the map in the lower corner. Okay. In the lower left-hand corner. But I want the important stuff like, hey, what's my satellites? What's my RC connection? What's my battery voltage?
Right.
Okay. What's my
Right.
flight time remaining? What
Those are the
mode am
things
I
that
in?
are imperative to
The things
you.
I need to know about. Am I recording? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Put that
Hey,
stuff
Johnny
where I
Mac,
need
how
it.
are you from Ireland? What's up, man? Don't worry about it. It's better late than never. We appreciate the fact you come to the live stream. We appreciate the fact that everyone comes to the live stream. And
You can't be
also,
late for this because you can always catch it on playback.
this
But we
is
do
true.
appreciate you coming live. Okay.
Yes, this is very, very true. Um, Excuse me. We were talking with Stevie this week when we were flying with Ray Kelly and Rob C. Because Rob C. surprised us. I think Ray Kelly. I don't correct me if I'm wrong, Ray Kelly, but Ray Kelly had found a spot where we could fly
Mhm.
this inlet. It was a little inlet.
Hey
It
guys, I
looked
need,
like a
and Ray, this
miniature
goes for
version.
you too. I need some invites here. I still got a couple of sick days to burn up. Okay.
Okay,
Before I go, I need an invite or two. Okay.
okay. You can just adjust the amount of information
Is
in the
Ray
goggles.
still here, or he?
This is true. Third Eye does say you can adjust the amount of information. Right. You can take down the longitude, latitude, and put up specific.
Yeah.
You can cater it your goggles to what you see, which is exactly what I have them set to. I usually have my battery in the upper right hand corner, satellites in upper left, and signal in the middle. And I have certain other speeds and stuff. Johnny Mac, thank you so much for the super chat right there. We even got a button for that now. The slot machine just paid out. Thank you so much, Johnny Mac. We appreciate the super chat.
That,
But
that's
in
the
beta
sound effect
flight,
was he running with.
yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with this one here. It's a slot machine. That's. I couldn't use the Ching Ching. Ken Heron has a patent on that one. I'm just joking.
So what
But
other kind of effects do you have on this thing?
well, I'm still loading sounds and stuff.
Don't get them started, Herman. That's guys, have the midnight,
Hey, man.
I'm up too late stream and work out all the kinks.
But that's how you get hacked.
What happened?
That's how you
No,
get
I'm
hacked.
not telling you put everything on the screen, dude.
No. I'm working on some stuff just to make it a little more interesting. If I have my boos, I have my applauds, I have the new the Toms tips tone. I'm long clap, short clap. A few things I'm working on, and I even have some seagull sound effects. So I can tell you shut up before you start talking. Before I make you talk to the fishes. You hear the seagulls in the background. And I'm working on a few things there, man.
There you go.
I have to entertain myself
I
sometimes.
was just going to say, occupying your time, are you?
Yeah.
Good,
I need
good.
shit to do. The
Good.
thing with showing the video in the beginning, I actually intend on having a countdown clock before the stream. Except I'm just working on it so that, hey, Bill, coast to coast, I want to be able to I don't want to give out any ideas because then you'll start seeing them on other channels. I want to do it here first, but I want to have an interesting countdown clock before the stream.
There's
I
a few of them
decided-
out there. Yeah, check
I
out some of the
decided-
streams. You'll see.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
Joe says I need a selection of fart sounds. This is true. A couple of characters, Homer Simpson going dough, stuff like that. Yo, an ad
Just
was
watch. If
inserted.
you use that dough more than 7 seconds cumulatively, you're going to get another copyright strike. Okay, buddy? So be careful there.
Oh, I know.
You
If
have
you
to have your
use too
dough
much of that stuff,
limits. Okay.
yeah, this is true. You got to slip them in real quick, but I
Yeah.
am working about it. But listen, I want to get started on this first story. Everyone knows. I'm going to show a picture first. Well, I thought I had the damn picture up, but I closed the folder, of course. Here it is. I'm sorry about that. I'll put up the picture first. Everyone knows DJI does more than just drones. Okay. It's rumored
Do
that
they?
they are working on a camera. And this right here is it. From what I can say, the article says that it will be able to shoot in 8K, 8K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 120 frames per second, which is kind of interesting because I don't know particularly. I'm trying to close out Windows and get back to the stream. I don't know and get back to the story. Where they're going with this, but I figured if everyone else is making cameras, DJI, here it is, 8K at 60 frames per second, 4K at 120 frames per second, and it shoots all in RAW. And it'll definitely be more powerful than the
Well,
Zenmuse
you know,
X7 camera.
yeah, I mean, you got Sony stepping into their sand. So, here's DJI figuring why not leverage one of their verticals.
Yeah. Well, shit.
So, and it's so
They
close,
do.
right? What was, between the patent drawing and that release of that image, I mean, it's spot on, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Interchangeable
I
lens
actually
system
had
at the
some other
professional
images.
level.
Well, Tom, we saw leaked pictures of this a long time ago.
Yes.
I was just going to
Now
say,
it's-
man, we
they're
just
coming back.
devalued your brand new Ronin, Herman. I was worried about that. Okay, when I
Well,
first saw
no,
this.
because we saw leaked pictures about this a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
And,
here's a version. Here's what
yeah,
it's
we
supposed
saw
to
these
look
pictures
like.
a while ago,
Yes, we did.
and,
Yes,
and
we
But
did.
it's
I do.
DJI leveraging their tech stack,
right.
right? Okay,
Right, and you
it's
see,
a smart move
Ronin
for them.
style.
It's a
It's a
smart
Ronin
move.
Yeah.
style gimbal with dual controls. I'm looking left throttle over left throttle, left handle and right handle here. So I'm thinking about racing or something. I don't know, but it looks like
Actually, the next version, when you hold on to it, it actually takes off and you fly through the air with it. Okay, that I
Hell.
hear is going to be the
Oh,
next
it's like the
leaked
Jacques
version of this.
Cousteau little underwater torpedo.
Do you have to have something set up on your shoes for that to work?
The jetpack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to go ask Agent 99.
Well, according to them, they did publish a patent for the camera system. Like I said, 8K at 60 and 4K at 120. There's your
Right.
4K at 120, Tom. Now they can convert that down a little smaller into a drone, and we would be in heaven.
Oh, wait a second. Let me see. Let me just go to here
And they
one
say
second and
that
see if it's
the
on my Pro 3 checklist. Oh yeah, there it is. No,
The list-
actually, I'm shooting for 4K 120. Okay, I want 4K 120.
this shoots
And
4K 120.
I want 6K 60 on the new minimum
Oh,
on the new DJI
well, this
Pro
camera
3.
shoots
Okay?
8K at 60 frames. So
So there's
I
no
think-
reason they can't give me 6K at 60. Hey, 8K is
You
too
sound
much.
like
I don't have enough hard drive
Hey,
space
Herman.
left.
Is this sound like he's in a restaurant ordering a meal?
Yeah, I got it here. Well, now, do you want to know what my
A little bit.
site is? Okay. So
Thank
I
you,
have
Chris
sites
Lilly.
here. I do want a 40-minute flight
Birdman,
time.
how are you?
He
Okay.
has sides. Hold on a second, Lars.
Yeah.
40-minute flight time.
I want a side of 40-minute flight time. And
Okay,
also
good.
I'll pay extra for it, but I want a side of DJI goggles also.
You
Okay.
want some DJI goggles.
And allow me to fly it with my motion controller, buddy.
Oh,
And I'll
Now,
tear
now you're
shit
just
up.
asking, bro. Now you're just
now
reaching.
let me ask you this. Let me ask
You're
you this.
reaching, Tom. You're
Well, let me
reaching.
Yeah.
ask you this.
I like
Go
that.
ahead, Henry.
Do you want the usage of the motion controller sandwiched between the goggles and a new smart controller? Or do you
Look.
just
I'll
or do
get
you
up
want to
right
be
now
able
if you're not going to give me what I want. I'll find somebody who's going to service me properly. Okay. Look. Okay.
Just like
Okay.
an American.
That's
You
right.
want
Right.
everything I want.
Okay.
Just
There goes
like
your
an
tip, buddy.
American.
There
Well, that's
goes
what
your
you're
tip.
supposed to do. You're spending your money.
You don't
Look.
want to sell me a
It's going to
pizza
wind
ranch
up.
and
I have no doubt there's going to be a new smart controller when that DJI releases a new pro
Hey,
model.
Draymond, what's up?
I
Hey,
see it as a
Draymond, what's
matter
good,
of
man?
fact, but I don't think, and here's the problem. They would rake in the money if they could release it at the same time as a package deal, right? And you
Yeah.
could get the benefit of a discount. But I'm also afraid that would give you freaking sticker shock. Okay, because I think the two packaged together are going to be three large.
What,
Okay,
controller and that drone?
a controller and a Pro 3, we'll say, is going to be easily three large, if not over that, by the time
One
you're done.
battery
And I think that would give you sticker shock.
with one
Okay.
battery.
One battery.
No.
One
I think
thing.
you get a combo. I think
Yeah?
you get a combo there.
So you think that the price of the tech is that affordable?
I think
More than one
the
battery?
Pro 3 would wind up being about a $2,500 drone. And I think they could release a smart controller 2 bundled for another $500 or sell it for $750 outright. That's pricey. $750. So, well, because it's going to be better than the one you have. I don't want to devalue the one you just bought, Herman, so quickly, but
How considerate of you. How
it's
considerate.
just a fact of those
No,
guys
I'm just
pushing
saying,
those
you're
numbers in the
talking about
background.
the drone itself, you said.
The drone itself is going to have a price tag, I say, of no less than $2,500. Okay,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
and then a smart controller bundled, a new smart controller
I'll
bundled,
push you to 3,000.
would push you to
No, what I'm
3,000.
saying,
Unbundled, that smart controller would run you
I'm
$749.
saying that drone, the drone itself, and one
Yeah.
battery and the controller.
Yeah.
What do you think that would sell for?
22,
22.
which it puts it easily $500 more than the previous version, correct?
Roughly about that. Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
$17.95.
so we're
Yeah.
looking at now. You're talking about a fly more combo now.
Right, a fly more combo package with a
Would give you
controller.
two
puts
more
you up
extra
to three.
batteries.
Yeah,
and some
two
other
batteries,
and
two
some
batteries a
other kind of-
case, and some ND filters for the new profile of lens, because it'll be an oddball shape. You couldn't use anything else on it.
Yeah, and it'll be fixed aperture, wouldn't it? Want that,
No, I think that I think a pro, of course, is going to be a variable aperture, but
Okay.
I also think that there might be an opportunity for them, although I don't know, with the shape of
3K
that
also.
lens, it's probably going to
Yeah,
be
but how would
separate
you-
filters.
Yeah, but how
separate
would you
filters.
filter? Well, what I was looking at was I saw a big
The dual
TV.
lens.
Dual lens and a big TV screen.
Yeah, well, it's just
Wonder how
like,
would you filter one without filtering the other?
no, you'll wind up filtering both. Why wouldn't you? You still want to control your frame rate, whether you're shooting using that zoom lens or you're shooting using the high resolution lens. You still want to filter that to manage your frame rates as best you can, or to be creative with your frame rates, right? So I think it's going to be a series of 4. They'll probably provide 4 ND filters. They couldn't use a variable here, I agree, because of the form factor. I still would love to see a drop down on the gimbal and give me a lot more range on it than, but I don't. I'm not being real.
But you digress, Tom, right?
Yeah,
know,
look. It's called a wish list, right? Okay.
Lawrence,
So
Lawrence,
you throw whatever you can at the wall.
What happened, Tom? I mean,
Lawrence, I am glad that Tom is not the chief engineer of development at DJI because he would have us broke. We would be flying some drones that had some cameras that drop down, cameras that just drop down out the bottom and come out like
change
four
your
different
own
cameras.
lens, right?
But
One
we
lens
but we
swap
be
out
paying
for
like
another.
$5,000 just to fly in the park.
Dude, if you would have opened your eyes 10 years ago, sitting in the seat you're sitting, and all of a sudden saw those giant monitor wall in front of you, you would have shit yourself, right? Okay? That's technology, bro.
True.
No, you're
Hey,
right. I'm just
Jody.
saying.
Right on by.
I'm just saying with the drones, they piecemeal it. They piece it together and they piece you a little bit here and a little bit there.
Yes.
A little more
Hey,
here,
they're
a little
spoon
more
feeding you.
Right.
They're
I get it.
spoon-feeding
I get it. And you know, but that's what they've been doing. And I think they're going to continue to do that. Just keep, you know, a little piece more here, a little piece more there. They'll take some of the features that you already have and evolve them a little bit more, and then they'll come out with a whole new series of some other things. Like, look, it does this and it does
Look,
that.
dude, I'm sorry.
Backwards.
You're spoon feeding me broccoli and peas. I want banana pudding now. Give me the shit I want. Okay? Give me the stuff I want.
But what happens with the wish list is like, you ever see like when your father is talking about his favorite team, and it's like he wants all the best players in the league from all.
Oh,
the
that's
other teams.
fantasy. That's fantasy, right? That's why they call that fantasy. And tell me that ain't a freaking industry and a half now. Okay? We're gonna go in the corner and pretend. And now that's a multi-million-dollar industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal. But you know, look, technology is going to leave us in the dust if we don't at least try to run alongside for as long as we have the energy for.
Mm-hmm.
But look, the price point is something that, of course, remember, they've been bringing us along, and we keep on paying a little more and a little more, and then they release some really cheap stuff. It's really cheap. It's like, hey, I'm going to give you a little taste. Mm-hmm. So DJI is our crack dealer, dude. Okay.
True. But back to this camera now. If something like this comes out from DJI,
right?
If a competitor
what kind of price range you think this is going to run at? Because
that camera right there, just by looking at it and knowing DJI, to be honest, I would say off the top of my head would be starting at about $3,000, $3,000 to $5,000 raw. We're not talking lenses. We're not talking extra batteries. Just the camera set up by itself with the Ronin rig. I mean,
I don't know. I think it's going to be much higher. Yeah. I kind of think because remember the engine that's in this thing, so
probably higher, and
it has its own screen. It has its own screen. The screen measurements are definitely larger than 3x7, 3x5.
Yeah, but also realize that screen's going to have an ultra wide gamut, right? You're going to have to shoot in ProRes, so
and everything is in RAW.
And that's a huge. Remember, that's well, what's a red camera run these days? You telling me this is not a competitor to a red camera? Why would they bother?
Sedan?
Is it
the price of a cheap sedan car? That's what they run, right?
Hey,
I don't know.
You guys in the chat, I put a poll up there just to keep it a little interesting. Answer it after a certain time. I'll decide what the hell we're going to do. Like I said, I'm trying to bring up the production value a little bit, if not a whole lot at a time. But
so a red Komodo 6K digital, okay, runs about $6,000.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And of
that's just
course,
the
you
camera.
can
We're
go
not
as
talking,
high. Well, you can go all the way up. I mean,
Tom, that's just the camera. We're not talking about the gimbal rig for it.
right. That's why I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is not a cheap rig. It's a
Right.
pro level rig, and
Let me pull a picture back up while you guys talk about that camera.
it's
For those of you
for
who don't know
the
what we're talking about,
yeah.
DJI has a camera that they just filed a patent for and they're getting ready to launch. And this is it right here. It's a dual handle rig. This guy is actually using it with one, so I'm assuming, see this cap, this gray cap right here? I'm assuming that's where the handle for that side would go. There are some other pictures I have here. Let's see, hold on, here we go.
Yeah, but
That's it right there. It looks bad. It also looks like it could probably pour coffee. I'm just saying, I mean,
I just see
I'm checking out the battery.
sitting
I'm checking
put
out
it
the
on his
battery
lap.
pack here on the right-hand side of the third picture, and I'm
Yep.
looking at it better here. That's a pretty decent sized battery to run that machine. I wonder what it is, but remember that gray piece I just showed you in the prior picture? Well, here's where the second handle would go on. The other picture that I showed, that one was this one right here. It was just set up with one handle, as you notice. So, what do you think? What do you guys think? Draymond, recovery.
I don't know.
What do you
I'm
think
kind
a
of
rig
thinking
like this may start at? I could see DJI asking 5 to 5,000 plus for it easy, if you think about it. And we're not talking lenses. This is just a raw camera. I know she's got to come with a set of lenses and filters and everything else. So,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
not going to just come out with a camera and not lenses. This, if you look at this piece right here, it looks like that would go for an ND filter or whatever the hell else they're going to put on here. Who knows? And an easy, quick release system here. So let's see what the hell happens. Who knows? Like I said, to be honest, I would be
and
interested to
whose
know.
lenses is it going to be a new Zenmuse series of lenses?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember on the patent drawings and all that, I mean,
Hey,
it looks
Mike,
like a
what's
Zenmuse
good?
lens on there, right? Because it has that silver ring around it. So,
Yeah.
like to me, it looks like it could be a 16 millimeter or a 24 millimeter 2.8. But so those lenses are run about 1,500 a piece.
It does, Johnny Mac. It looks like something they power up and you hear it charge up and you just press the button once and
And you're
Just
transported
see.
to 2027.
Yeah, right. And you just see
Take a
it.
quick look, hit the button, come back.
Well, it's probably going to have all kind of features on it. Its ability to
What's up,
the
Stevie?
live feed to wherever and whomever you need to. I mean,
Well, the stabilization and what it's got
Yeah.
built into it, the leak is saying is, to be able to
Well,
completely
they have
counteract your footsteps,
the
right?
camera has what they
Instead
call
of
a Z axis,
yeah,
Tom,
so
which
you
is
don't have to do the catwalk,
similar to the Osmo. It's
right?
strictly independent gimbal suspension
Yeah,
to the rig.
and that's so you don't have to do you don't have to worry about that catwalk, right? As you're working it, but it's actually compensating for your vertical movements
Right.
as you're stepping,
Yes,
okay, or
yes,
walking.
yes. It has a vertical
Cool stuff.
stabilizer
Yeah,
in the article I was reading about it as well.
stuff
That's
is getting
supposed to help
smarter
that
and smarter
bouncing.
and smarter.
That bouncing when you move.
Yeah,
Like today, I was playing around with the Osmo Pocket, and I found out that I don't walk as soft as I thought I did. It
no, really.
does have some stabilization to
What
it,
size
but
shoe do you wear?
14.
Yeah,
uh,
Jesus
I
Christ.
know. It's like trying to walk with
and
schools.
Christ, the circus
I
is coming to
wonder
town,
how
dude.
I do it.
It's like a Bigfoot carrying a lollipop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Lawrence, you gotta learn
Yeah.
you gotta know how to do the soft shoe and hold it out.
Drone Views Media. You hate doing the catwalk. I could take it. I could take that a lot of places, but I'm going to refuse the temptation. I'm just saying. I'm not going to respond to that one there. I was tempted. I was tempted. I
Remember,
will.
Lawrence,
Huh?
you got to learn how to do the soft shoe walk and hold it
Yeah,
out
the
there.
catwalk, bro.
Yeah,
It's called the
that's pretty.
catwalk.
Right
But
now,
yeah,
the
that's the
pole.
thing. This is, we're talking about him walking around like this with, he's holding this little pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Right now, Lawrence is seated. Okay. You're still not seeing the true height of the man, and he's tough to tip over with size 14s. Okay. But holding that little pocket, I can see where that's pretty comical, Lawrence.
You should see how people were looking at me on the beach. They're like, "What does he have in his? What does he have in his hand? A weapon?"
Yeah, exactly.
You
What is
know
that
what,
crazy
you know what
man
that
doing?
is, Lawrence?
Huh?
That's just you.
What is that crazy man doing?
Because my hand engulfs it, so I had to
I
learn
know.
to keep my pinky from covering the mic, first of all. But tomorrow I'll be putting it in the cradle with the phone
I'm
and
going to show
using it
you how
that
to
way.
do it, Lawrence.
Today I was just testing out distances and stuff like that, the tracking. I'm playing around with it. I plan on incorporating a lot more vlogging in my videos
You
now.
got to learn how to let it sit right in here and
Yeah.
hold it. Yeah, and hold it
Without your
here.
without your pinky covering the bottom mic, which I thought was very important. In the hanger,
Any of you that have just joined us, we're actually talking about holding a pocket camera, nothing else.
an
Okay, gentlemen.
yes, an Osmo
Just
Pocket.
if you just joined us, I wanted to
Rob,
make
thank
sure
you
that
so
you knew
much
that.
for the super chat, man. We appreciate it very
Thank
much.
you.
We don't have the Ken Heron super chat, but we have the slot machine. Thank you once again for the $10. I just got in here. Give me a recap. Well, we talked about meeting up. I did find out why I didn't fly. I have power cord to the goggles, has a short in it. We talked about DJI's new camera they're coming out with, and we're trying to figure out roughly about how much it would cost. You're into this stuff too, so I'll post a picture one more time of it.
And then we just got done talking about, Herman was talking about how to hold things specifically in the palm of your hand, but we won't go
Right,
any
I
further
was
than
just
that.
explaining
the
that I have an
Osmo
Osmo
Pocket.
Pocket.
Oh, Osmo Pocket. Yes.
I'm
Clarify.
trying to get used to it,
Don't-
and I feel like Bigfoot holding a lollipop stick.
Because
Trying to
you're
hold it.
trying to hold it in the palm of your hand.
Yeah. But this is the camera that DJI is coming out with, so you didn't miss a whole lot, to be honest. We should have been on another story by now, but this has kind of piqued our interest because of the fact it's from DJI, it's new, and we were guesstimating what it should come, the price should be. Remember the sounds of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, Lawrence, walking through the house? Yeah. Draymond got jokes.
Yeah, Lawrence, you got to be able to get your hand around the back, your fingers around the back of the pocket like that. So that way you can control the scroll wheel and you're nowhere near the mic.
What's that in
Right.
your hand?
I got good at the scroll wheel,
happened?
Birdman.
What's that in
So
your hand?
I saw a
50
vid
cal?
somewhere of it. I saw a vid somewhere on YouTube of a guy in a wheelchair whipping some guy's ass after the guy was throwing rocks at another guy's camera bird. Oh, get out of here. That's crazy.
Wow.
That must have been funny.
Well, no, Tom, they were
Jackson
all
RC says he's in the hangar working on some planes.
okay.
Yes,
50 cal?
Aviano, it does
Yes,
weigh a lot, but it has two grips, or you can operate it with one grip on the side. Who knows?
Whether
We're
you're
trying to
whether
figure
you're
out.
into two hands or one hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And if I had it with one hand, I would trust me, I'd have a lanyard
50 cal.
as thick as a rope to hold it up, because I couldn't
There you
trust one hand holding a piece of equipment like that with one hand.
A lanyard.
Not if it costs that much money.
Who you telling?
Where you
I'd
gonna
have a
hook the
neck
lanyard
harness.
on, Lawrence?
I'd have a
Where you
I
gonna
said
hook the lanyard
the
on?
lanyard, but it would be a rope.
He's going to have a leash.
It would
Because
it
that
would
thing
be a
will,
freaking
the
rope.
weight of that thing will probably just pull you to the ground after it hits you in the knees when you
Raymond
drop
says
it.
that was a 50 caliber round.
Yep, that was a 50 cal.
Yeah,
Anyway,
see what
what
happened,
is that
Tommy,
a
they were
50
raising,
cal round? The third eye, they're asking, is that a 50 cal
yeah,
Yeah,
round?
50
that's a
cal.
50 cal.
Yes. Yes, it is a 50, it was a 50 cal round.
Yeah, they were raising money for charity. So they were selling the 50 cal shells.
Okay. Okay. Because I know a place in Manhattan that does they sell the different size shells. They
Mm.
of course they're hollowed out. Of
Herman,
course they
come
are
out to
hollowed out.
Vegas and we'll shoot
Oh no,
a few of those 50
I've
cals.
shot a lot of different things out in Vegas already.
Yep.
That's one of the things I do when I get out there.
We'll take you out into the desert shooting, bro.
Hey Herman,
Okay, yeah.
you
But it's,
remember, sorry to interrupt, but where were we? Tom, Herman and I were flying somewhere, and I think it was at Orchard Beach.
yeah,
At the far end on the right side, there was a gun range
Mhm.
somewhere over in City
Rodman's Neck.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Called
And all you
Rodman's
could
Neck.
hear
It's the
was boom,
police
boom,
shooting
boom, boom.
range.
These guys would. There
Well,
isn't.
Yeah.
it's Rodman's Neck is the police shooting range. It's also the bomb disposal center. So whenever
Tom,
they pick
they were
anything up to
shooting
blow up, they
50
bring it up there.
cals,
Oh
machine
no,
That
no,
guns,
no.
was
Yes,
what they
yeah,
were
Uzi,
shooting.
everything
yeah.
over there you could hear. And I was like, what are the.
M246, baby. M246, squad assault weapon, aka
Hey,
the
I just
Solar.
tuned into the demolition ranch. No, man. No, man. It's not the demolition ranch.
Yep.
Hey, Angie, how are you? Salute to you. Hope all
Herman,
is
you
well.
bring a couple of those
Ooh,
old phantoms out. We'll use them like clay pigeons out there, bro.
You see his face?
He's like, yeah, that's sacrilegious.
He said,
That's sacrilegious.
Tom,
so all of that
Tom, if
camera
you were
He'll
close
equipment.
bury
enough,
those. He'll
you would
bury
have.
them
If
before
you
he'll
were
let that
close
happen.
enough, he would have smacked your hand and
I
said,
know.
"Stop it."
I know. I was looking at his expression.
The camera equipment that you were getting rid of, why don't we just take that stuff and we can throw it up in the air and
I can't get
Yo,
enough height on it,
Stevie,
man. It's too heavy. It's
Stevie
good
said that
shit.
wasn't the
It's
you
police
can
good
drop
range.
it
shit.
from the drone?
Yo, listen, Stevie said that wasn't a police range. That was Castle Hill Projects.
Oh, that was no. That was Crotona Park, Stevie.
No,
More
but
like for Breaking Bad. You're
that's
right.
not. That's a real depressing beach, though.
It
Watching.
is.
With all, yeah,
You
with
know,
all
a
the
couple of
shooting
people
going
got.
on, with all the shooting going on that side, and then you're looking straight out at Hard Island.
Yeah, that's true. You hear a shooting range on one side,
What's
and then
up,
you see an island with
Uh,
bunch of
you know
buried
what's
people on it.
a couple people got struck by lightning there. What 2 weeks ago?
Yes,
Where Hard
yes,
Island?
and one kid
No,
died
on
from it.
Orchard
Yes,
Beach.
What's the beach? Oh, wow.
It stormed that
yes,
thunderstorm that
got
rolled
struck by
in.
lightning, and one kid died after being in the hospital a couple of days.
Yeah.
And a lifeguard got struck by lightning somewhere else out on Long Island. He
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
He was a twin. I saw it on the news. Lightning strikes are becoming more frequent. You guys click that like button if you already had been. And
No, it
I
has
hate to
nothing to
throw
do with
this in
climate
there, but
change.
some of you
Remember.
will see a commercial and some of you will not.
Commercial. Why
There we
commercials?
go. Ad inserted. I have to do it, man. It's
Why?
You should
it's a
do that around
prerequisite.
bathroom break time, bro, and give us all a heads up, and then we'll all run and see who gets back first.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, I don't know the length of the commercials. They just insist that I do it more than I have been, as they tell me, "Hey, you haven't used your commercial button." You know, you get stuff like that pop up,
Is that what
which
it
is
is?
strange. Yeah. Well, it pops up. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. I try to ignore it. Let's get on to this next story real quick.
Mhm.
And it has to do with we know this. We've talked about it a lot. We do a lot of stories on it. The autonomous drones revolutionizing warehouse logistics and how they're doing it. Um, the ad is kind of confusing, and I was like, they must really use this drone for this. But the article shows a Skydio 2 on a perch with a yellow light. And this thing sits there, and when it's time to go out and do certain things in the warehouse, it goes out and does it. But they talk about 4 ways drones are being used in the warehouse. And we already know between Walmart, Amazon, and UPS, they play major roles in big drone deliveries. They're fighting for space now to see who can get up in the air and stuff like that. But one of the 4 reasons that these drone, how would you say, autonomous drones revolutioning warehouses are, what is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Well,
Inventory
you're
management.
basically going to a zero error warehouse. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Right,
what they're
right.
doing is, I'll give you a quick little antidote here. I walked into a supermarket out on Long Island a couple of days ago,
Uh-huh.
and I was in the fresh produce area, and all of a sudden this drone came by. It's you would call it a robot, right? We're calling these things
Right.
robots, or we're
Hey,
calling them
Herman,
drones.
read
They're
what
actually
Rob put.
drones
Yes.
with AI.
Read,
Okay.
What
And
happened,
this thing
Lawrence?
was just going through the
read what
aisles
Rob put while we
and
talk
looking at
about
different
that.
things. Okay.
Well, you know what it is, Tom? The inventory management part was the least that they could get these drones to do. That's
Yeah,
one of the easiest.
but now in the warehouses, remember, they've been using some of this stuff for a while, but now they can actually, because now the aerial drones have gotten so good
Yeah.
and so precise at flying that they can fly throughout the warehouse and look at those higher shelves and also do inspections like on the sprinkler
Well,
systems
that's what
and
number 2 is. The
right.
number 2 are inspections in this article, and they
But
talk about how you have to check the scaffolding that holds these racks, and usually
right,
it has to
exactly.
climb these racks and look at rust spots and stuff like that. And in this article, if you scroll down past 3, they also have they talk about security and surveillance. We've talked about drone in a box, so we can cover that. But indoor
Yeah.
intralogistics.
Mm-hmm.
Intralogistics is movement of product
Stuff inside
within your own set of warehouses, or say a medical facility. We talk about blood transport, things like that. They're talking about doing these things right here along some of the large campuses like Long Island Jewish Hospital, where it be intra-logistics, where they're flying between their own facilities.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to put the sound, but this particular company uses the Mavic Zoom to do its logistics. And the Mavic Zoom, this one has 2 LED lights on the legs that point at the scan bars. And what makes it interesting is it reads and does inventory on the fly on those high racks. I can't show too much of the video because of the fact.
Guess what they don't have to do?
Mm-hmm. They don't have to climb up there anymore
and do it.
Exactly. That's one thing. They also do not need to maintain compliance with Part 107 because they're not in national airspace.
Right.
Exactly.
But see, Lawrence, I worked
they
in a
can
warehouse.
fly over people. They can do all those things.
What happened,
I worked
Herman?
in a warehouse that had a system years ago that had for 0 mistakes on its delivery. And to get that type of compliance, they had to go through a whole set of things. That was years ago, but they still had no logistics for the transporting of stuff within the warehouse, for moving from the overstock section to when it gets broken into how much of it came into the place. You understand?
Right.
The computer all kept a check. See, now with something like that, the computer and also has to have a system where it knows exactly where everything is. Everything has a place and everything is in its place. And that's how the count consists. And now, so now if you order 1, the computer knows 1 came out of stock. So that's how it kept.
And it can actually go to that.
So if
it can actually go to that spot and confirm it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you ordered 50 million of them, 50 million of them came out of stock out of the computer, so they know how many are left in stock.
But yet I go to my local supermarket, they still missing stuff I want on the shelf, right?
Right. But see, the thing is, with a human now, Where the
There's
human
time
comes
for
into
error.
play in
There's
it.
error.
No, what I'm saying where the human comes into play with it is that the human knows exactly where it is because the computer says it's exactly right here, and there's supposed to be 5 of them there.
Right.
So when he takes that one off the shelf because the computer told him it's exactly right there, that's how they ship exactly what's in it that comes up in these orders, so that there's no mistakes. So now when you implement something like with the drones, there's no need to now have humans get overstock information to count that, and so keeping that information on the transporting of that stuff throughout warehouses.
Well,
That's a
the benefit that comes all the way down to you and I is that the cost of goods stabilizes and stays lower because, the logistics coupled with loss prevention, okay, and that tighter loss prevention means they don't have as much loss of product resulting in higher prices because we would have to bear that as the consumer.
Means less problems. Plain and simple.
Because
we would have to bear those costs as a consumer. It gets passed along.
You're going to do it anyway, but you now know that one thing, that the missing things all came from within house.
Well, it's striving for, and a lot of times it's not because of theft. A lot of times it's because of stupidity. It's human error, right? It's
you want to know what, Tom?
Miss,
a lot of times,
once you create
into
that
the
mistake-free system,
you go to the zero mistakes warehouse. That's
exactly,
the key.
and
that's the key right there.
Yep. I agree with you because you see it in the supermarket. You can go to a place like you have the Powerades, 10 for $1. So what happens is you get 3 grapes, 4 lemon, whatever. The girl, if she's a real employee, will scan each and individual one. Some girl will scan one and say 10 and scan
and
grapes.
It's 10 grape instead of
that
3
they
grape.
took 10 grapes out,
right,
and it's really 3 lemons. So now the computer thinks 3 lemon, and those other flavors are still there, and you have a major inventory problem. And drones,
wherever
she's going to tell you, well, I'm not going to scan all 50 of the ones that you put up on the counter.
Well, again, that's going to wind up going away with time because guess what? Those jobs are going away. I walked into a supermarket, I told you, out on the island the other day, and I got handed a wand. And I scanned all my own groceries.
Well, all I'm going to say.
And then when I got to the checkout, I scanned the checkout thing. I paid. I hosted the thing. It printed me a receipt, and out the door I went.
Well, all I'm going to say is this: our educational system better get better, because, brother, can I get a dime? Has come to you got $1,
dude.
So,
dude,
it has come to that.
I got the stink eye the other day because I paid with cash. And then all of a sudden she closed the register and had to reopen it and couldn't figure out the change I was due. And I said softly, 503. It was $14.97. I said 503. I said it softly. And she's got, does anybody have a calculator?
You want to hear something?
How about your phone? And I said, by the way, it's not necessary because it's only 503. But if you give me 5 back, I'd be more than satisfied. And she's like, no, I need a calculator. Then the manager came over and he goes, nobody's got a calculator? And I'm like, I'm ready to hand over my iPhone. Like, here's a calculator, but I already punched in. It's 503.
So check this out.
And I got the stink eye for that, okay?
Their phone is
I wanted to eat my sandwich while it was still warm. So I was
social media phone.
Hey, Herman.
They don't know that there's those features.
A calculator and a calendar
apps are on it. No, it's not a social media app. I don't know it's there.
But check this out. I experienced this yesterday. Now, I went into the store with $15. I had 3 $5 bills in my hand. The young lady says $5 and change. So I go 5, 10. I have the 5 in my left hand. I give her the change. She gives me back $2 and change. Now I take the $2 and change and I put it inside the 5 and I turn and she goes, "Excuse me, sir. I gave you too much change." I said, "You didn't give me too much change. This is the change you gave me, $2 and change, and I had $15. She says, "Oh, I don't have time for this bleepity bleep bull." And I said, "Where's your manager?" She says, "Well, I'm going to go play back the video." I said, "I want you to play back the video. And when you come downstairs and apologize to me, I'm going to say, I told you you were effing wrong." Okay. She goes upstairs. She says, "Stand right there. Don't move." So I said, "I'm going to stand here because when
Why
you
were
come
you legally
downstairs
detained?
and apologize, when you
Illegally
come back
detained?
downstairs and apologize to me," she thought that she gave me $7 and change when she gave me $2 and change. But they showed on the screen her standing there, pulling out the 2 singles and getting the change. And I see the mouse move over to my hand, my left hand, where I had the $5 bill. And I said, "See, I know she can see that there's money in my hand already." And she came down, "I'm sorry, sir, there was a misunderstanding." And I was like, if I was other than the average person, I would have cursed you out.
Mhm.
And I turned around and I walked out. And this is the kind of shit you don't have to deal with when you use autonomous equipment. Plain and simple.
You're saying
I'm sorry,
we
Herman.
should stop interacting as human beings.
I saw Herman go, "Whoa!" But I stopped it where I should have stopped it at. But I walked out of the store.
All I'm gonna say is our educational system got to get better, because if not, it's no longer, brother. Have you got a dime? It's already at $1.
They can't make change,
It's for
dude.
$1. They're going to be asking for $5
They
now.
can't make
Right.
change.
So and if you want to go with your technology and come out with cashless, I don't know how you're gonna get these people.
Hold on.
You
Hey,
get the
Tom,
homeless
here's the
people.
one Herman gets me with. Herman tells me this, and I see it out here too. He says, "How come you have a guy standing outside a bank asking for change?"
That's the worst
Anyone
hustle.
going into the bank or
That's
coming
the
out of
worst
the bank?
hustle. That is the worst hustle.
Getting the door for you. Yes.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
the worst
doormen
hustle,
all
though.
over the city here.
That machine gives out 20s and 50s. Which one you think you not getting?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even have 50s to pull out of there.
Listen, all I'm saying is times have changed, people have changed, and it's getting to the point where
Hustles is getting
they
bigger.
don't ask you for a quarter no more, because a quarter can't get you a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee's $1 now.
$1? Where'd you get a cup of coffee for $1? Because we're
Out
all
here
going
where I
there,
live,
and
dude.
I'm buying.
They sell a freaking 8-ounce cup. No, it's a 10-ounce. It's a 10-ounce cup of coffee for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
these days you got to put all kinds of shit in the coffee,
It's
right?
coffee
I mean,
from
I don't
Yemen.
drink coffee,
Hey, Tom.
but I mean, there's
Tom.
salt, there's caramel,
Hey,
there's
Tom. It's coffee.
there's goat's
coffee
milk,
from
there's
Yemen.
this, what the hell? Whatever happened to a cup of coffee?
Travels with Rosie. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for coming
What kind
back.
of coffee is this, Lawrence? That big old.
It's coffee from Yemen, right? That's all they say.
You got to learn a new language just to order it.
Just been sitting there all day. But when he made it 5 o'clock,
Russell, how are you?
4:30.
I always give money. I'm sure they have worse life than I do, so I don't mind sharing. In certain situations, Russell,
But you're not coming
also
out. See, Herman's
be
point
the
is
same.
you're hitting up the ATM. Our ATMs, with rare occasion, unless it's in a bodega, is not dispersing singles. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You know,
the
it's
other
it's
point
20s and
what I'm saying
50s.
is, when Lawrence is talking about with the whole cashier and all of that, if that was all autonomous, where are these people going to work?
Yeah, but
Look,
with her attitude, she should not.
Same
With her
bills.
attitude, she should not be working anyway, because her words were exactly, "I don't have time for this fucking bullshit." And she went and got the manager, and they went and looked at it. And I wanted to complain to the manager, but I said, no, I'm not even going to do it.
You
I'm just
steal
going to let her eat humble pie, come apologize to me. And every time I come in that store, she's going to go, oh shit, there's that dude. Expecting me to curse her out like so many people do in the
I
store.
get it, Lawrence, about her.
So
You're
so
talking
Herman,
about whole fully autonomous.
yeah. So Herman,
Yeah.
here is the jobs that they are going to hold because some of them are already holding them. If I went into a
Can you
Lowe's,
guys give me 2
Lowe's,
minutes? I'll be right
sure.
back. If
Lowe's
that,
had
please.
count them, 6 self-service machines
Mhm.
and one person there, cashier. Now the
Mhm.
cashier doesn't have to learn to do math.
Hey,
They
Margie,
just
how
have
are
to
you,
learn how
babe?
to read numbers off of a card. Because
Totally
every
understand
time
that.
somebody had a problem, this young lady would walk up, not even question them, pick up her card and punch in those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then go back and stand at her little podium. Okay. And that was the extent of her. Now, mind you, she's getting $15 an hour for that. God bless. Okay. But that's what it's come to. So if you look, that each one of those machines, there were 6 of them that basically put 17 people out of work. Normally at a Lowe's, there'd be 3 shifts. Okay. It's going to put 17 people out of work. Where, okay, I'm mistaken, 15 out of work because then you only need 3 people to cover the 3 shifts. Okay. So that's what's happening. And you're seeing it's happening at Walmart's, it's happening at all types of stores. And basically the scanning
Elliot,
technology is
what's
getting
up,
better.
Elliot?
So not only the
Hey,
wand that they
Elliot.
handed me,
Mhm.
okay, they handed me a wand.
Mhm.
I scan my product, I put it into my cart, okay.
Right.
But there's readers elsewhere in the store that are watching what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I know that.
That's also picking up on that. But here's the other thing. Of course, this barcode reader, and yes, it's made by Zebra, okay. It has a big color LCD screen on it. And when I go buy something, it kind of whistles at me and says, hey, these Keebler cookies are 2 for $6. So as you walk by them,
Temptation. You
so
could be, they don't
it's
know that you're diabetic.
Hold on a
You
second.
could be
no,
diabetic and you get an
it's
advertisement.
GPS.
Hold a
It's
second.
driven by it has a store locator system built into it. So when you're passing, okay, the Keebler cookies, it goes, hey,
But
buy me.
the supermarket has been always the biggest got the hand in your pocket system from the time you walk in the store. They've always been that way. It's been researched for years. That's what end caps
Yeah.
are for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's
And
why.
that
Have you ever been to a supermarket that actually had line space?
No.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if there is space for you to stay away from the products, you won't go gravitate to the product.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I used to be in
You never have
retail
empty line space.
better than end cap displays. It's true because I used to
What's
do
up, Billy?
retail and I happen to know the best shopper in the world is an impulse shopper. When you go to a register, you see they have magazines, they have candy, they have beef jerky, they have all of this stuff that you buy in impulse. Do you know people spend more on some stores on impulse shopping than they
Eat
do
a
when they
full
go in?
meal before grocery shopping.
You spent
Eat a
You
full
think
meal
I don't
before
know?
grocery
You
shopping.
think I don't know? And
you spent
drink
1
something
hour.
because you'll be what, Herman?
You spent 1 hour going through the store, right? Then you come and stand on that long line and you keep running back and forth, getting more stuff and putting in the cart. So you get to the front.
Well, see, now with the automation and that you won't even be standing online for any appreciable time, now, Herman, they're getting you as you walk by product. Okay, so this is the new evolution of that, where you had the instant gratification, but the instant gratification was limited what they could do. They couldn't feed you everything they wanted to because there's limited line space, right? So it's for that short, quick impulse buy. Where now, as you're going down the aisle, you didn't even no, you needed Keebler cookies,
Mhm.
and especially since they're 2
Yeah.
for $6 now. Oh well, let me put
Well,
them in the cart. I'm getting a deal.
You know what's funny about that? DJs and Costco's, you know how they always have the samples. Well, they had stopped that for
Thank
a
you for
while.
the super chat,
But
Drone Worship.
back in
So much.
when they were doing it heavy, you had some people that would go in there like you talk about have a full lunch before going shopping. They went in there just for those free samples.
Hey,
Good
you know,
idea,
he's
Drone
feeding a
Worship.
few hungry souls there. Okay, I bought the taquitos. Okay, I did buy a package of 144 taquitos. Like I really needed that many.
Just wanted to
Okay,
let you know.
but it was such a
thank-
deal. It was such a deal.
Thanks for the super chat, Dan. I'm so dang good looking. I decided to come hang out with the other good looking people. We appreciate that.
Good thing
Very,
Herman's
Is
here.
that what it is?
there are a few that would beg to differ, but fuck 'em.
Good thing Herman's here. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Okay.
That's all. Yes.
look out.
The rule of thumbs always be on the shop. Only shop on the outside walls. Well, I believe that, and that is true. I used to work in a supermarket as well. Why do you think bread and milk are in the back of the store? Because they
But
know
you gotta
people have
get
to
there.
walk to the store to
The
right,
expedition.
to get there. If you
Yep.
look at if
Mhm.
you look in your store, Chuck Norris gave me a thumbs up on this stream. Again, congratulations, Chuck Norris approved. Thank you very much for the super chat. We get the sound effect one more time.
Look, social
Thank
engineering,
you.
social engineering, right? But
It
here
is.
now take this to the next level. You talk about they have your hand in the pocket.
Mhm.
Hey, Herman, right? My Albertsons out in Henderson, Nevada. When I go in there, right off of the entrance
Right.
is 14 slot machines. Okay. And of course, you drink free while you're in that section. Okay. But they also sell liquor, they sell, you know, all kinds of booze, everything else. But these places are like paradise. I bet you they pump in oxygen. All the music is in the key of C. Okay. And there's a little coffee shop in the middle of the supermarket so you can relax as you're shopping. And
Top down the
yeah.
road to
So
wait
this way,
for
of
people to let
course,
out.
if they don't get you at the line, they'll get you at the coffee shop with all those pastries around you that you got to take home too, you know?
You want to know how much? Anyone for Super Chat War, these guys need to get paid for their good information. Where ballers at? Where my ballers at? We get another Super Chat for that, but hold on. Tom, thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Sue? So
Hey,
I got to meet, Tom, I got to meet an engineer that worked in a mall, in Kings Plaza Mall. And I did not believe this when he told me. Now, check this out. You ever notice how you come out of certain stores and you smell food?
Uh-huh.
And you know the store's on the other side of the mall? Well, I didn't believe it, but there's a way to vent smells from stores to
Absolutely.
other stores. And
Sure.
what I used to know, he said, and he proved it to me. He said, check it out. This weekend, McDonald's is having a 2 for $5 on their burgers. And every time you come out of Macy's, you smell bit burgers at McDonald's, right? I said, yeah. Why is that? And he said, because they have venting systems that
Social
direct
engineering.
the smell of the food to different parts of the mall. So you think about McDonald's, you smell other. Hey,
Well,
Mike.
right next to Macy's.
They're on the second floor, yes, but not on the first floor. You come out at ground level and you
See, this
smell
isn't new stuff, by the way. So
Yeah.
we had
You're
gone
right.
to we'd
Michael
gone to
Blades, what's good?
Amsterdam probably 18 years ago. And it was funny because the coffee shops
But that's all
That-
marketing.
that sell, you know, recreational marijuana are located right next to the pastry shops.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sell the edibles.
That no, the coffee
No.
shops sell edibles and stuff
You
like
go
that.
and you
But
buy from the,
you have
you go and buy
you
from the
come out of
smoke
one of
shop.
those coffee shops, you know, after you get done doing a blunt, and you come out and there's nothing but these drizzling pastries sitting in the window next door. You
Of
don't
course, they
get
expect
50
you to
feet,
come out with
dude.
the munchies.
You don't even get 50 feet. Okay. So these people have been engineering this stuff for a long time.
So I guess my idea of having my edibles in another location next door be just all bad altogether. Because after you come from next door having smoked and
Big Mac.
had a cup of coffee, you come next door and buy the nice
What's up,
sweet
Big Mac?
pastries that are edibles, and you'll really be out of your mind on the way
Well,
home.
the funny thing was we had gone to Colorado and we had done a whole expedition down all the way through the national parks and all. And it was funny when we were out there, it was just like they had, I think only a month or two before had gone, full recreational marijuana. And the big problem was people showing up in the emergency rooms thinking they were dying because they bought the chocolate bar. And instead of just breaking off 1/10 of a piece, they're like, "Oh, it's pretty good, but I don't feel
once
anything."
again.
And before you know it, they ate the whole candy bar.
Much appreciated.
So they were talking to one of the emergency room docs on the Eyewitness News out there, and he says, "Yeah, we sit them in the waiting room, and then we bring them a bologna sandwich, and after about a half hour, 45 minutes, they just get up and walk out." But yeah, and the whole drive back then was to properly label these things, right? Like take off a little piece, wait 2 or 3 hours, see how it affects you, then maybe have another little piece. But it was freaking hysterical. I left my ass off. So yeah, your edible idea is you don't replace a good munchie with an edible. It's counterproductive. Okay? A Twinkie's a Twinkie. Don't diminish a Twinkie.
We appreciate the super chat more than you ever know.
I can tell you a funny edible story, Tom. This guy I worked with, he came to work. We were on a shift change, and he said to me, he goes, I got oatmeal raisin cookies. I was like, yeah, okay. He goes, you want some? I was like, sure, I'll take some. So he gave me the oatmeal raisin cookies, and I'm getting packed up to leave and everything. And I'm eating these cookies, and I'm just eating the cookies. And I'm like, so he goes, those are edibles, right? I'm like, yeah.
Fucking punch his lights out, man.
Are they? So now I said, okay, I got to go over to Fulton Street and take care of some stuff. It's raining, and I'm just walking in the rain, just walking in the rain, doing what I got to do. Everybody's walking around with an umbrella, and I'm just walking in the rain, and I just on my way home, and I'm soaking wet. When I get home, I'm like, it's raining outside? I was just cooling the rain, just cooling off from.
You were good to go.
from working all day. Oh yeah, good to go.
Dan, you keep the super chats. I appreciate it, man. More than you can ever know. Hey, Travels with Rosie, I have the link for that 360 camera I was talking about, but they wouldn't let me put it in the chat here. So
Why?
Hold on.
No, I just
Because
thought
it's
they were
longer than.
I just thought they were regular oatmeal raisin cookies.
Hold on a second.
Well, that's
guys, give me a second because I just want Travels with Rosie to see this camera right here. He's talking about a lightweight camera to put on an Eagle. It's called the Insta360 Go Sports action camera. It only shoots in 1080p. Come on with this garbage here. It only shoots in 1080p, but it's $200. It's lightweight, and I think it's only about 3 inches by 1.5 inches.
That's a cool little camera, by the way.
Yeah.
The Go 2. That's a cool little camera.
Yes, I'm sorry about all of that. I was trying to get.
But this is the Go. Go with the Go 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Go 2 is the one to.
It's the lightest. It's the smallest, lightest 360 camera. It only shoots in 1080p. Keep in mind. But if you're talking about putting a camera on an Eagle, that's the camera you would use. It's lightweight and it definitely. Hey, Blind Neil, how are you? It's definitely lightweight, and I've seen people put it on small Hawks. So if you're gonna looking for something to put on an Eagle, but a little bit of mods, and it should be able to capture. Oh, because Travel Rosie was mentioning something early in the chat about Eagles being trained to take down crows out the eye, out of the sky, or something to that effect. I was just trying to help them out. Great FPV from the PGA and ESPN. Talking about FPV, you guys, we have, you know how they have those one shots videos?
Yeah, I saw that, Elliot.
Yeah.
We have a 30-second one shot. It's a bunch of teenagers. I want to point out that there's a gentleman with a hoodie on, a white hoodie on, that's doing flips and this parkour. It's a 30-second parkour video. And he is literally carrying a GoPro in his mouth while doing this. He has some special attachment or whatever where he can bite down. So whatever his head is looking at and the rolls and spins, that's the kind of view he's getting. This is the video right here. Let me bring it up. 30-second parkour, one shot video with the Cinedrone. This gentleman right here with the white shirt on, he has a GoPro in his mouth. Right there. I'll pause. I'll go back after the video and show.
It's
But
a bite. It's a bite mount. They
Okay.
sell them for GoPros. There's
Okay.
a couple of different versions out there.
Right here. See right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. There. That's exactly it. But I thought this was cool. It's
Like wearing a
bunch of
mouthpiece
guys-
in football.
Oh, all right. And you attach it to a GoPro.
Yeah, there's a mount on it. There's a the finger mount.
What I thought it would be. I thought.
So
it would be
Elliot, that's a great link, by the way. I had seen that previously. Elliot had posted the
Smash the
PGA
like
and
button, I'll
ESPN
smash
did an
your face. I
FPV,
mean,
but
fingers. I may
but-
break your thumbs. Joking, I am. JSK and Drone Worship. The super chat goes in 2 times. It's very much appreciated. I'm sorry I didn't see it while the video was playing, but thank you again, guys. We do appreciate it. Now I have to take that super chat and actually do another giveaway. I was thinking about doing another FPV giveaway, but then it wouldn't be fair. So I'll come up with something definitely. I'll definitely come up with something. So let the destruction begin. What are these guys talking about in the chat? Anyone keeping up with the chat? Oh, Michael Blade says he just brought the go-to.
Okay.
His Best Buy just made it possible to cover it with Geek Squad accidental insurance. I call that Geek Squad. We'll give you a new one insurance. That's basically what it is.
You know what?
What happened?
I gotta hit up that Best Buy out by you.
Over by me?
Yeah.
Oh, is you trying to get another Air 2S?
No, I'm just trying to get something. Anything.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you. You guys don't know the inside joke. But there's an inside joke going with the Best Buy by me and an Air 2S and their management. That's all we'll say. The views and opinions heard tonight, not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the chat and in the panel. Michael Blaze, that's a decent camera. If you're putting a 360 camera on your bird, man, that's going to be a lot of fun. I thought about it, but right now,
well, the go-to is not a 360 camera. The go-to is
oh,
only
okay,
an
I
action cam.
misunderstood.
But they do
An
make
old cash register again. Thank you, JSK.
they do make a DJI mount, a Mavic mount for their 360. The 1R, it breaks into 2 pieces. But I'll tell you, the go-to camera is a blast. It's got a little mount that the case that it charges in turns into a little tripod also. And then it comes with a chest mount where it's basically a pendant you wear under your shirt because it's
Okay.
magnetic, and it will clip right onto your shirt with that inside your shirt. It's a great little, and definitely there's already up on Etsy. There's already go-to mounts. The one thing about this camera is it always maintains horizon. So the image it shoots is actually a square image.
Okay.
So no matter which way
Okay.
the horizon's turning, it can always straighten out the
It's an
horizon.
even square.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You mentioned something about attaching it on an eagle.
Yeah, easily done because it's so lightweight that you could have a
That
harness for
particular-
the eagle and have that attached right on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or put a crest, what they call a crest mount on it, where it's above the eagle's head. I've already seen some video like that up on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Yeah, some
those
amazing
too.
stuff.
See,
Yeah.
this is how I know people are actually paying attention to what we do. Thank you so much, Ray, for posting this. This is the actual GoPro mount that somebody sent me a link. I just want to point out I appreciate it very, very much. Here you go. There's the mouthpiece that you can carry your GoPro. And I had no freaking idea until I saw this video. I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
Lawrence.
what is that? Something special? I
Now you
had
know.
no idea. $24. You can get a GoPro mount.
See that, Lawrence? So
And
now you know when you want to do your.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. I got a button for you.
There's only
Don't
one
make me
problem
press
with
it.
that, Herman. It'll keep falling out of his mouth. He doesn't keep it closed long enough.
Thank you, Ray Kelly. Much appreciated. I appreciate that quick link right
You
there.
start doing your flips and rolls from buildings and stuff like this.
His parkour.
JSK, I was trying to find cash registers, but they were too close to the cash register sound effects, but they were too close to the Ken Herron's super chat. So I figured what would sound like like cash or a payout. And hey D, what's up, Deneen? And I found this cash register one here that does this. And then there's another one that sounds like a longer payout with the ding 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 ding, but I haven't used it. I'm probably going to erase that and put something else. Deneen, how are you and how's the building going? I know you have a lot of work ahead of you. And I feel your pain. Now, quick question. Deneen has a direct bird's eye view of the Freedom Tower. And the other night, I found out from a friend who knows I fly drones because they asked me, did I catch the Freedom Tower lights? They did a 1-hour test the other night, 2 nights ago. And this is the 20th year anniversary of 9/11. And there's a group of us on Facebook that plan on getting the 9/11 lights. Does anyone know or have an idea when they may be doing another test? Yes, it is a slot machine, Draymond, actually. She's got the basement good and it's under control. That's good to know. You get some dryers down there, and I think you should be
I got
pretty good.
fans running in mine.
Right, but the 9/11 memorial lights are coming up in Herman. The last time that I flew those lights were about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to catch those lights. So Deneen, you got to keep an eye out. We're all in that chat to catch these 9/11 lights and replace the Twin Towers. I want to get some shots.
Okay.
I haven't flown my Air 2S at night looking at Manhattan, and I'm looking for an excuse to get some shots. That's all. But either way, we need to find out. I know the 11th, the weekend, which is next weekend, 9/11, that they're going to have lights on all weekend.
It starts on the evening of the 11th.
On what?
Starts on the evening of the 11th.
But
the
they
lights
usually
will.
do testing the Friday or the Thursday or Friday before.
There might be testing, but
yeah,
you'll
just
know
for
you'll
a
catch
couple of
them on
hours
the
and
date
then
of.
they kill it. Check out RoCal. This is what they use. It's 100%.
88. It's 88 7,000 watt xenon light bulbs that are positioned in 2 48-foot squares, and that it echoes the shape and orientation of the Twin Towers.
Right. Well, I don't know where from, but I need to get somewhere.
Downtown Brooklyn area is your best vantage point.
Not necessarily. Also from Colgate Park in Jersey.
Louis Valentino Park in Red Hook.
Valentino's another spot.
That way you'll catch the whole tip of Manhattan. That provides you the best vantage point to see the separation of the two towers.
Also from Jersey, which is where we got it from 4 years ago. That's a great shot because you can actually
there'll be a lot of
downtown Manhattan.
Yeah, just watch out. There'll be some restrictions on that day also. So.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I'm
just be cognizant and respectful of them, please. That's all.
But that's why the group was trying to get several shots during the testing. One of the beams from the South Tower is here in town in permanent display. I may fly it again on 9/11. Already flew it twice in film video. Hey, that's what's up. But they supposedly have changed it out and are using some new, well, they did it a couple of years ago, changed out and switched to some halogen system, which
They're
they
using
actually
again.
make the
They're
shape of an
comprised
L.
of. It's comprised of 88 7,000 watt xenon light bulbs. They're positioned in two 48
Hey, Geeksvana, how are you?
foot squares, and it can be seen. Can be viewed for a 60-mile radius around Lower Manhattan.
Copy. Thanks,
It's
Sean.
the specs are very clear on.
Well, I don't intend on getting it on the 11 due to so many people observing, but I would sure as hell like to catch them before, a couple of nights before, because I know it'll be less crowded. And the actual night of 9/11, I'm pretty sure they will be patrolling the skies crazily that night. Sean, thanks for that link. I actually just clicked on it. Yeah, check this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 9/11, there's going to be a lot of anti-drone tech in the air, especially people
Just
trying to
zoom
fly.
in.
Huh?
Just put your zoom on and zoom right in.
Well, all I know is, Stevie was
years,
at a
bro.
Yankee game. Valentino's
Never forget
here.
the
He
year.
got his shot, like Tom said.
Yeah. And here, I'll give you another significant reason to shoot from Louis Valentino Jr. Park. That park's named after a fallen firefighter, New York City firefighter. So there.
Okay. Now,
Is
see,
that
that I
poignant
did not
enough?
know.
Right?
I did not know, definitely.
So
To get the Freedom
Plus-
Tower lights, Michael Blades,
plus you'll be able to park.
they're going to have them not tonight. They're going to have them on the 11th, of course. And I presume either Thursday or Friday, they will be doing some kind of test. I need to get my behind over there somehow to catch it. I don't, like I said, I don't even want to go up in the air on the 11th.
The only problem is the
But out
test
of
might
respect-
last
out of
that
Let me
long.
get this straight,
People-
Lawrence. So if you're privy
Stop
to
it. I got a
this-
button for you. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, are you going to sit in the park and wait and hope that they test these lights, or do you?
Well, I don't know.
You
Deneen
know
has
that
a
they have
bird's
a
eye
test.
view, and I know someone who's
So
in
if
not
the
far from
lead
that
sees
area.
the lights on, and she runs and calls you and tells you.
Yeah, how you going to make it there in time? They're not going to run them continuously. If they
Well, I
test them,
know.
they're just going to get it to a charge up, light them up, let them burn in for about 10 minutes, and then probably begin the shutdown.
Well, they usually test for a couple hours. That's more than enough.
Gotta hope.
Yeah, that's all.
As
That's
as
all.
Lawrence comes up from the subway up to the
That's
Brooklyn
shutting
Heights,
them down, right? They're
and the
cutting them
lights
down.
go. "Ew."
Just my luck too, Tom. I do have that luck.
Couple of
Listen,
hours.
we stayed a little over. I'm about to get the hell out of here. I'll be there in the Bronx on the 11th, he says. But you guys, we appreciate all the super chats. Thank you for letting me press my super chat button and everything else. We're trying something new. If you go back and watch the intro to the live stream, we started out with a video. We're just trying to do different things to bring up the production and make it a little more interesting.
I got it.
So Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by those guys. And we will be back Wednesday night,
Yep,
5 p.m.
guys, I
Eastern
won't be able to
Standard
make it,
Time.
unfortunately, because I'm back in the office full time now.
Okay.
The only thing I have to say is it's 20 years since the attack on this country. Never forget. I lost a lot of buddies. Keep them in all those people in your thoughts, and all the people that have gotten sick as a result of that attack. So God bless everybody. Everybody stay safe. Herman, I'll definitely be watching you on the playback. Everybody, peace and love.
All right.
All right, cool. You guys have a great evening. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Be safe, fly safer.
See you
Good
guys.
night.